behavior. I think we can see, like, usually online people cancel people out of very good reasons, and because we're logical and we know how the world works, we know what relationships between adults and minors can lead to, especially in the context that was given in the screenshots. Nobody's saying you can say hi to a minor. Like, obviously, if you run around a grocery store and say hi to somebody, it doesn't make you like a groomer. But yeah, I don't think we need to reach so hard. Like, I think this idea that cancel culture is such a problem right now, like, doesn't really seem to be the case, because they still are well and alive and they can still do their things, and they should just be held accountable for their actions. That's it.
All right, who's next?
Yeah, I agree. And I did want to say something about the back and forth that you had with Irish earlier. To reiterate, like your whole point was that, oh, these are my morals. Like, you're challenging my morals with like me being a father. And then you added to Irish's analogies to things that don't apply to your child. So it did seem like you did understand the power dynamic issue with your child hanging out with the 21-year-old. And I forgot her name. I think it was Chiara or something. I'm sorry, girl, I forgot it. But with what she explained specifically with how children act in general, like, it sounds like you do understand the issue with an adult of that age hanging out with a child. And with this position, I was really shocked actually after this whole AJ situation to see so many people defending him, because to me it was very obvious. Like, it is wrong to allow a child to drink, because there was a screenshot of him saying, like, if she drinks, it just will be with my money or my drinks. So he's still facilitating it. It's just really interesting to see this, whatever this is, play out, and how many people will challenge their own morals with you, a father, saying that you would let your 16-year-old child hang out with someone who's old as long as you're there. That is insane to me. And to bring it back to AJ, you've demonstrated throughout this entire life that you do absolutely view his behaviors as problematic and condemnable. I'm not sure why you kept bringing up like your Christian faith in relation to like the law or whatever. I'm not sure what that was. But morally speaking, I think it is safe to say...
Really quick, I can answer that. So Amdir was bringing up like he didn't have a problem with underage drinking for a moral difference. The reason I have it as a moral difference is because I think breaking the law is immoral.
Right, so it shouldn't have been hard for you to say what AJ did was condemnable and it deserved to be canceled. Like, if something is immoral to you, you think it deserves to be canceled, right?
I don't think everyone who does something immoral should be canceled. That's not my position.
Then I wonder how strongly you feel towards your beliefs. But bringing it back to AJ, like, you've demonstrated pretty heavily that...
So just to be clear, if those were my beliefs, I would think everyone ever should be canceled, because we're all immoral.
Period.
In one way or another.
That's how you stay logically consistent. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, but that's obviously not my position. I don't think everyone, just because they do something immoral, that is equal to their cancelization.
Because you're not logically consistent. I get it. Yeah.
No, that's
so
not,
throughout
that's
this...
Wait a second. That is not illogical. That is very logically consistent.
Okay. So bringing it back to AJ.
Just really quick, because you're making claims to me. You're not just making general claims. That's why
I thought this was our closing statements. That's what I thought this was.
Closing statements about the topic, but when you make the claims to me, then I'm not just going to let you keep talking without a defense.
But I thought you had somewhere to go. You don't have anywhere to go anymore?
I still have somewhere to go, and every second that I'm here, I'm not there. But when you are saying there are certain immoralities that I think are cancelable. There are certain things that are done where I don't think someone should have a platform. Like we were talking earlier when he cocked a gun and said, listen, if you were to my face, I'd drop you dead. Yeah, that person probably doesn't need a massive platform because they sound pretty unstable. But
do they deserve to be canceled is the question. Do they deserve to be canceled for that?
Well, that's what I mean by don't deserve a platform, because I think that's messed up.
So wait. So you said, oh, I would shoot you if I'm in front of you. That deserves to be canceled. But him saying, I'm going to shoot up your school, taking a picture of her high school, sending it to her, and then inviting her to go out with adults, and like, that's not cancelable to you? That's where your morals?
No, so I'm not saying it has everything to do with intention. That's all this live has been about, is whether or not the intent. And I found the screenshot where he actually talked about the Florida thing being a joke, because I knew I saw
so he didn't say it in the conversation. He said it later on, right? After he was called out for it?
Literally in the same thread.
Oh, let's see it.
Yeah, so In
Oh, I said let's see
11:14.
it. I said let's see it, not let's read it out loud. Yeah,
I'll see it. Because obviously it doesn't seem like you believe me.
I don't.
Okay, well that's going to be really embarrassing for you then.
Okay.
You think Smoothie's about to be embarrassed?
Yeah, if she doesn't believe that I actually have a screenshot in front of me where he said he was joking about the Florida comment.
About which comment?
The Florida and the drinking.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I want to see that for real.
Mm-hmm. So just to be clear, this is where it started. 11/14, 2023, 12:10. The conversation continued. I'll keep you safe from the creepy conservatives, all of that. You don't have to pay if you don't want to. We're still 11/14. Go to the next one. We're here. We're still in 11/14. Here's the part where he said, and this is just a few minutes after he made the comment, it's a joke, chill out. And then the conversation continued. So do you feel like you want to take back your statement?
No, actually, because like I said, it was after he was called out.
Yeah,
it was after
in
he
the
was
same
called
thread,
out.
and you said I want to. No. That is it's.
Can
so
you keep going though?
it's funny.
Can you keep going?
That is so disingenuous. It's funny. So now that I proved you wrong, you don't even want to admit it.
You know, you didn't. I once, like I said, you still
I
posted.
can listen.
He, wait,
if
no,
you
he
want
said
to
it
get
after
clipped
he was
that
called
badly,
out.
if you want to
After he
get
was
clipped
called
that
out, he still
badly, I
said
can
it.
clip you.
After he was called out.
Yeah, and I said it's in the exact same thread of
After
the
he was
conversation.
called out by another person. Are you serious?
Duh. Well, duh.
Obviously.
Why would? Yeah. So why would you start off saying it's just a joke?
If I
hang
say
on,
I
because
like
he was
kids,
called out as
someone
being
tells
a
me I'm
creep.
wrong, I would say I'm joking, right? Does that make sense to you? That's what anyone would do, right?
Yeah. So if you're joking though, how do you tell the intent of someone whether or not they're joking if the only distinction is that they're being called out on it?
The term that I like to use is called context clues. So him saying I'll keep you safe around the conservatives, you don't have to pay.
Yeah.
Things like that. And then him actually knowing where she lives in her school. I would say those contexts applied to this situation would make it so that he's not joking. And obviously when he's being called out by another individual as what he's doing is wrong, he would say that he's joking. I hope this isn't what's the word? The whatever you said that you would use for your child if they were in the situation, the instincts. I pray to God that these are not the instincts you would use towards your child for real. For real.
Yeah.
Him saying it's a joke is what makes it a joke?
Holy heaven. I still said that I would be pissed as a father. That's not saying.
Would you be
that
alarmed?
It is not saying that what he did here isn't wrong.
Would you be
You're saying that he was
alarmed?
joking, though.
Would
You
you be
believe that he
not
was
alarmed?
saying. Wait a second. It's not saying what he did here isn't wrong. It's not saying it isn't inappropriate. Have I ever made that claim the entire time we've been live?
You believe he's joking right now after reading
that's
those
not what I
messages.
said.
Wait, you don't believe
said
he's joking?
specifically because I talked to Irish about this earlier because he's the one who conceded to this. If it is the case, he's joking. If it is the case that he's just making a distasteful joke, right? Then that's not cancelable.
But he's not joking, right?
If the intention,
Whoa! I never said that. Don't claim I said that. I never said that.
no,
When
you
the hell
yes,
did you say I said that?
No, you claim specifically that it's possible he was joking, right?
Correct.
It's
I didn't say
possible
that.
that's a
Correct. I didn't say that didn't mean he shouldn't be canceled.
Oh no, I agree. That's not what I.
You just
if I added
said.
that, that's not the
You
point.
just said. Irish said that if he was joking, he shouldn't be canceled.
Oh well, I apologize. I can just retract that. It's really so. What you said specifically is that he could be joking, and
I said, hang on.
that
He
if
could.
it's-
Hang on. He could also be Jesus of Nazareth, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Everything's a possibility.
So-
I think that all
Yeah,
the
so
evidence.
If the intention
I
was
think
he
that
joking,
all of the evidence shows that he wasn't joking. I don't see any credible evidence that
don't
he
think-
would. Well, can I explain?
that's the case.
Sure.
Here,
My
let me
evidence.
do
My
this.
evidence for it not being a joke.
Let me do
Firstly,
this.
he demonstrated that he had no
One sec, 'cause
problem.
I really, really do have to go. Let Smoothie finish. I
Sure,
won't
go
cut
ahead,
you off.
Smoothie.
I won't cut you off, and then y'all can go.
Yeah, no, that was like you simply agreeing that that if your daughter were in the scenario or the situation, you would have an issue with it. It would be bad to you and stuff like that. That simply proves the point. And I'm not used to me and the people who are, at least a few people who are in the live, that you condemn these actions, but you don't want to say it outright because I don't know if it's your friend or something like that. But that was basically it, honestly. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Okay, I want to make a quick ending statement, and then you and Irish can continue if that's what you're going to do.
I really genuinely.
Yes. Okay, I just want to say it was not joking, and as a parent, you should know that even if somebody is saying that's a joke, it's not funny. It's not appropriate. I shouldn't have to worry every day when my daughter goes to first grade that she's going to lose her life when she's just trying to learn and be with her friends. Second thing, you mentioned that, you're a good judge of character, good Christian boy. There's no such thing, because I can tell you there might be a few. Okay, there might be a few. But a good Christian boy that I was with also violently essayed me right after having our child. So keep in mind, he was a youth pastor. He was involved in the church. He did not
just for clarification, I don't consider that a good Christian boy. Like,
right, but they can make the claim.
If you're claiming Christianity and you still do abhorrent, evil, monstrous acts, I don't consider that. So right. I'm very sorry that happened to you. I can't do anything but say that. But yeah,
I'm not saying all Christians are bad.
I condemn those actions.
Can I just get 60 seconds and I'll land my plane quickly?
Well, let her finish because she was talking.
Okay, I just want to say this is something that I believe as well. I don't think all Christians are bad. Not all atheists are bad. You got your mixed pot of evil in every one of them. In every walk of life, there's somebody bad that is subscribing under that title. But they can fool you so easily, and AJ is so manipulative, and I will say that I can tell how easy he can probably make someone feel very comfortable and confident in what his intentions are, and I do not think he has a good one in him. But that's all I want to say. Just please don't be so quick to trust. It's better to be on guard and aware of everyone around our kids. That, that's my baby, and I would not for a second let anyone message the crap AJ messaged to this other girl, to my child. It would not be acceptable. He would be dragged very much. So stop defending him. Do what's right and call for people like this to be deplatformed. We don't need them. We really don't need them. That's all I got to say. I hope the best for you and your family, and I really hope you get a better gut sense of intuition, because right now it's a little bit weak, son. I just got to say, I'm 36. I'm not the oldest. I'm not the wisest, but I'm telling you, you need to let go of some of that naivety. That's all. And I really do hope the best for everybody. And I hope we can make sure people like this stay off our platform. And everyone take care, drink your water, kiss your loved ones whenever you're around them. Let them know you love them. Okay? Good night.
All right. Thank you.
All right. I'll try to be as quick as possible. First, let me say I understand what it's like to stand in front of a mountain of people and try to prove your point. So I will give you credit on that one thing. But the point that I came up to make is you're trying to give the benefit of the doubt to something that is completely indefensible. What he did is indefensible. And when it comes to our most vulnerable population, our children, we cannot give grace or any type of, whataboutism or possibility that they maybe be joking or be playing. We have to be clear, we have to stand together, and we have to protect, like I said, our most vulnerable people. The last point I'll make is this. I believe that with this debate community, like the way that you've been speaking as I've been listening, is you keep positing these different things as if like it's the fact or it was the case. Like I understand that you are of, or you want to be a part of the debate community, but there can be no debate when you're putting children at risk. And that's really the only thing I came up to say. It's like sometimes you just got to let things play out as they may. Everyone up here is telling you that this was wrong, it's indefensible, and I don't understand why you would take the position that we should give him some sort of benefit of the doubt. He doesn't deserve it. And anyone that would do this to children, like the proof is clear. Like there is no benefit of the doubt. And that's all I want to say.
All right. Appreciate it, Elder.
So when are you going live next on this topic?
Probably not. Like, this has been going on for 2-3 weeks or something like that. The only reason I went live today, I don't know if you were up here, the only reason I went live today is because AJ went live.
All right, so there's a couple of things I'd like to say. First of all, I want to address, and feel free to respond, I want to address your arrogance. Because it's important. Okay. Because it is guys like you who traumatize daughters and who enable grape to happen because you believe you have some sort of special skill that enables you to identify who the bad guys are. And let me break it to you, you don't have that skill at all.
So I don't
if there's a barometer, you're not even cracking 20%. And your arrogance in thinking you're able, that you have this special skill to identify who the good guys are and the bad guys are, is going to endanger your children. And when ultimately something happens to your children, they're going to blame themselves because they're going to believe that you are perfect and you would have spotted the bad guys. So when they find themselves with a bad guy, they're going to feel stupid. They're going to feel less than their father who has taught them that they should be able to identify the bad guys. So you are not only going to endanger your daughters, you are going to shame them and make them have internalized blame should they ever have the unfortunate experience of being raped. And for that reason, your arrogance, to the extent you're a godly man, God spits on you. God genuinely thinks that you are a failure of what it is he intended to create. Because what he wanted to create was people that protects and cares for all of their loved ones. But the only protection I've seen you give is to this random man's potential reputational harm. The only efforts I've seen you to protect anything is the idea that AJ's reputation may be harmed. Because let's be clear, that's all a cancellation is. I've had 1,000 people try to cancel me on this app. It's never fun. It's never fun when you're being called out on something that you did wrong. It sucks. It's never fun when you're being called out on something you didn't do. But in all cases, the only thing that ever happens is you have someone take away your voice on TikTok. Go take a walk. Okay. That's all you... Hang on. No, let me finish.
No. Listen, I've let you talk a long time.
No, you have... Hang on. Let me tell you this. You haven't let me talk enough.
Yeah.
So how about you humble yourself and you realize when you need an education?
Yeah. So here's the thing. One, if you want to just tell a fairy tale about how I'm going to protect my kids based off of your view or your interaction.
How are you able to identify the bad guys?
Yeah, my claim was never that I'm going to identify who's bad and who's good.
Yes, you did.
No, it's not.
Yes, you did.
When I said fatherly discernment, I said I know my children. So specifically, here's...
No. You said fatherly discernment to determine whether or not the guys are dangerous or not. That's what you said. Don't take back the claim.
No. What you claimed specifically was that all fathers, everyone's going to be a father pretty much. And everyone's going to be a father. And they're going to run into these situations. And they're going to not be able to tell the difference between who's good and who's bad. Right? And my claim to you is I said, it's not about the people. It's that I know how I raised my daughter. Right?
Got to do with her encountering a grapey guy.
Did I say
No, you
that?
didn't say that, but I'm even allowing you to change your position. That's not what your original position was. Your original position was that you'll have the sense of knowing which guy's a bad.
It is not changing my position.
Why don't you ask the people in the comments?
Listen.
Wait. Can I say something really quick? Can I just interject really quickly here? I would like to talk to Irish really quick. So Irish, how old are you?
73.
Okay, cool. So can we talk about Mac really quick?
Sure.
Can we
go ahead.
Can we go back to the past? So I'm just curious because I don't really know the situation. So I'm curious if you can explain to me the situation between you and Mac and why Bella got so upset about this situation.
Sure.
Yeah.
Mac is someone who's my co-host, who I've been co-hosting with since she was 19.
Okay.
What's the other question you would have?
I'm just curious why Bella was so upset with the relationship you two had.
Go ask Bella.
Well, I'm sure you would know because I feel like this was a pretty big deal. I don't know how long ago it was, but I'm just curious. I didn't know if you could explain to me, or if you don't want to explain, that's fine.
I have no explanation.
Why not?
Because there was nothing to explain.
Huh. So you weren't accused of
Rebecca,
grooming someone?
Sure, go ahead. Who did I groom?
I'm asking.
Rebecca, who did I groom, Rebecca?
I'm asking you, were you
Rebecca,
ever...
who did I groom?
I'm asking you, Irish. I'm asking you a question. You don't need to reply with another question. I'm asking you, were you ever accused of grooming Mac?
I've been accused of grooming 1,000 people on this app, including Mac, correct?
Okay.
I have really got to go.
No, Rebecca, I'm waiting for you to land the plane. You're up here right now, Rebecca. You're up here right now on behalf of a. Hang on, Rebecca. You're up here right now on behalf of a potential victim, right? A victim who has never claimed anything ever happened whatsoever.
No. I'm not on behalf of anyone. I'm getting
a victim to which there's been no sexual interaction whatsoever.
Whoa. I'm not on behalf of anyone. I'm asking.
And so I'm more curious.
Clarify.
Where is?
No. Let's not twist my words
here. Why
do
I keep getting muted? That's weird.
Let's not twist any words here. I'm asking you questions to clarify things because you're coming up. You have a lot of opinions on this.
Seems like you're kind of derailing.
You want to condemn people. You want to condemn everyone. When weren't you in a similar situation? I mean, are we all going to forget
How is
this
it a similar
happened?
situation?
Because you were accused of grooming someone, which is what AJ is accused of. If you want to accuse him of pedophilia, we're going to have a whole different conversation.
How is it a similar situation?
Because it's grooming.
How is it a similar situation?
How many times do you want me to say it?
Sure. When is it I've ever tried to meet up physically with Mac? When is it I've ever gone by her school? When is it I've ever talked about meeting up in Florida for drinks?
I'm asking you,
when is it I've ever done any of those things?
Of grooming someone when you weren't grooming them?
Yeah,
were you ever accused? Okay, sure. So now you have been accused of something that we all have seemed to forgot, and you're going to be the voice of reason for this situation, which is just mind-baffling.
Why is that mind-baffling?
We've all forgotten what Irish has been accused of in the past.
Rebecca, why is that mind-baffling to you?
You were being crucified because it's this witch hunt that everyone wants to do, and now you're the one.
No. Here, Rebecca, here's the difference. Notice how I don't get defensive about allegations.
It's amazing.
Notice how I don't go deleting messages like she did.
And now you're going to be the one to go off and say, oh, let me go ahead and be the ringleader of the witch hunt when you were in this situation how long ago? This is where it gets ridiculous. This is absolutely
What's ridiculous, Rebecca?
It's ridiculous.
Rebecca, what is ridiculous?
You were in a situation where you were getting canceled because you were potentially grooming someone named Mac, and people were bringing it to light. And now you're going to be the head.
What were the allegations, Rebecca? What were the allegations?
I was asking you because
I don't know. What were the allegations? You tell me.
I think you know. I think you just want to.
Rebecca, why don't you say out loud what were the allegations?
That you were grooming. How old were you at the time?
Can you use actual words? What were the allegations, Rebecca?
How am I not using actual words? I feel like I'm speaking
Rebecca.
English,
so let me help you out.
Irish.
The allegations about AJ was that AJ purported to meet up with a 16-year-old. AJ offered to go to Florida with a 16-year-old. AJ offered to have drinks with a 16-year-old, but he wouldn't pay. AJ drove by a 16-year-old school and took a photograph.
Let's stop right here.
AJ talked about meeting up with the 16-year-old outside their school.
Okay. I want to ask you a question. What was the age difference between
Those are allegations.
What is the age difference between you and Mac? Really quickly. Just quickly.
73 minus 21, 52 years.
No. Let's be serious here, because you're making serious allegations. So let's be serious. What was the age difference between you and Mac?
52 years.
All right, if that's how you want to be. If you want to be like that, that's one thing. Because everyone in the comments is saying, well, you know, she was an adult versus a minor. I want to know the age difference between you and Mac.
I just told you.
53 years? Told you. If it's 53 years, come on, dude.
I said 52.
52. However, whatever. If it's 52, then, I mean, that's pretty bad. I mean, that's
really?
Not very good.
What Can I ask a clarifying question? Is the age, and this is, I truly am just asking, is the age difference between Irish and Max somehow supposed to negate the problematic behavior that AJ has exhibited?
No, absolutely not. It's the fact that
so what
Irish
would be the point of bringing that up?
The point is that Irish is the one that has the audacity to come up and make any kind of like statement about this when he was in the crossfire.
I think I'm in an excellent situation to do so, and the reason is, I'll tell you why I am.
I think it's funny
because I am regularly accused.
In a year,
I am regularly accused by people like yourself who are ill-informed.
No, Irish. And this is what's funny to me is because
and the difference is I don't get defensive like AJ does. I don't try to evade discussion.
So the only thing they did is change their name.
Finish. If we use the same logic,
Rebecca, the host would like to leave. If you'd like to go live, I'll happily go live with you right now, Rebecca.
Let me finish my point.
Sure, go ahead.
The problem is that if we use the same logic, right? AJ in 2 years can go live and say the same thing when he has been accused of doing something very similar to what the person that's being accused is doing, right? I'm not saying that AJ is in the correct, I'm not saying he's right, I'm not saying that I'm defending him, I'm just saying it is baffling to me that you, out of all people, are coming up on a live to talk about
I just explained why I'm the perfect person to do it.
And I go ahead and explain it again.
Sure, I'll explain it again. Sure. Because I have been accused multiple times, and one of the things...
I'm not muting anyone, by the way.
Well, someone keeps muting me. When you are accused of something that you're not guilty of, you don't get defensive about it. You don't try to shut down the conversation. You don't try to derail. You don't try to deflect.
I don't think
you don't try to steer it to a different person. You don't lie about what happened. You don't destroy the Discord so that all evidence disappears. You don't pretend that the person was 16 but you didn't know it. You don't pretend the fact that you were joking when you talked about meeting up with them.
You are an absolute snake. You're disgusting, and I think it's so funny.
Why am I disgusting, Rebecca?
Because you're fucking lying. You're sitting up here.
What am I lying about, Rebecca?
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Rebecca, notice how you're not making arguments. You're just throwing out words. Can you make an argument?
I mean, I don't understand what you want. Are we having a debate right now?
I mean, you're trying to. You were trying to effectively derail and undermine credibility for someone who's going after AJ. And it's not working for you very well, Rebecca. Are you noticing that?
You're a snake. I think.
Do you know why it's not working well for you?
Why?
Because you didn't come equipped with arguments or evidence or facts, and you knew nothing about what you're talking about. That's the difference between allegations against me, which are unfounded, versus allegations against AJ, which are very well documented, Rebecca. Do you see the difference, Rebecca?
Well, and it's a shame that you think that you have any sort of upper hand because you were in the same exact situation that AJ was in.
No, I was not, Rebecca.
Yes, you were. Yes, you were.
I don't recall trying to get a 16-year-old to go on a private vacation with me. I don't recall that.
Right. So let's go the age difference between you and Mac. Let's do that.
52 years, you know?
Okay, 52 years. I'm not saying that this takes away from AJ's situation. I still think that it's just disgusting that you think you can come up here and say anything.
Why?
Because you were accused of grooming someone.
Yeah, I wasn't. Hang on, I was accused by. Hang on.
Half of these people in the chat were not even there, and if they were,
Rebecca,
in 2 years,
Rebecca, do you notice how?
Hang on, Rebecca. The same exact thing, and this is why TikTok is so toxic.
Do you recognize the difference is that I've never been accused by the victim. Do you ever notice that, Rebecca? Rebecca, do you understand the difference? I've never been accused by a victim. I've only ever been accused by third-party haters like yourself.
What does that have to do with anything? Was there proof of it?
Proof of what? Of what AJ did?
That you were grooming Bella. Or you were grooming Mac. Does Bella have proof
not that I'm aware of.
You were grooming Mac?
Go ask Bella.
Okay, let's ask Bella.
Go ask Bella.
Yeah, and I am curious where I haven't seen any, I haven't been keeping up that I've seen the original screenshots, but was he accused by was he accused of that? of like,
Not
did she
aware
come
of
out?
that.
Okay, so then I don't understand what you were getting at then.
Hey, can I say something really quick? Okay,
What I'm
Rebecca
saying.
is not pro AJ in any way, shape, or form. You are kind of derailing it, but to be fair, if anything Rebecca is saying is true, Irish, you're a weirdo too. You're just as weird as
That's
AJ.
all I'm saying.
And I'm not
the
going to get
fact-
defensive if someone wants to call me.
Well,
a
the
weirdo for
fact that like no one remembers this, or no one like, because I clearly remember when Irish was on the cross.
Wait, are
and
you
being
saying nobody
crucified.
remembers that Mac and I co-host regularly?
I'm saying no one remembers the problem that happened where
What
you
was the
were
problem that
accused
happened,
of grooming Mac, and I remember you being crucified,
what was the
everyone
problem,
canceled
Rebecca?
you. Everyone was canceling Irish. I remember this distinctly. Everyone was canceling you.
So
That's
Rebecca,
the
are
only
you
thing I'm
making?
saying.
So Rebecca,
I'm
are you
saying
making
it's
the
just
point?
very odd. It's
So Rebecca,
very
are you
odd
making the
you're
point
the
that
one-
cancellations don't really matter?
What?
Are you making the point that a man shouldn't try to protect his reputation because being canceled is not that big a deal? Because you're proving that point, which is a point I agree
I have
with.
no idea what you're
That
saying.
being canceled for doing something is not a major penalty.
So then what are you
Mac,
doing
did
up
you
here?
do it? Irish, did you groom her?
No,
Right, that's what I want to know. Like, if you did,
Because I mean, we kind of been talking about it for a little bit, and you haven't
No,
like
no, no.
equivocally said like I didn't do this. You know?
Oh no, of course not. Of course not.
Okay, well, all right.
All right, well, I'm gonna drop. Bye, guys.
So Rebecca, anything else you'd like to share?
No, I think that's it. Anyways,
Big
good luck.
W, Rebecca.
Wasn't well, I just wanted to ask one thing. On the I don't know if I fully caught everything, right? There was one point that was made about, you know, if again, Irish, you can correct me if I was wrong, but there was a point made about, like, you know, if a 17-year-old boy was living with, you know, their older sister by a significant amount and not with their parents, would that be a problem?
Sorry, what? So, I didn't know you were asking me a question.
If like a 16-year-old boy was, or a 16-year-old girl, let's say, was living with their
I don't think the gender matters. I think that a 16-year-old boy could be as equally taken advantage of. By a
Okay, yeah, but
21-year-old
if they were
boy.
living with, let's say, their brother, older sister, or older cousin, brother, older cousin, sister, by a significant age margin, like say 10 years, would you think that's like necessarily morally wrong?
I'm sorry, I'm not. Is a 16-year-old living with a cousin that's 10 years older morally wrong?
Yeah, well, I don't know what the context.
I don't
of
understand
the-
your question.
Yeah, I'm just asking. Do you think that's particularly wrong?
If a 16-year-old is living with a family member who's 10 years older,
Yeah, not their parents.
no, it's not necessarily wrong.
Okay. Because I had a.
I'm sorry, is AJ the minor's brother or something?
No, I was asking the question because someone brought up something that you said, and they said you were talking about family members, and that's why I was a bit confused, because surely that, you know, that didn't sound right. There's something about, you know, a 17-year-old if they're alone with a, you know,
No, I think you misunderstood the argument.
older, and you said something about tell me their
second.
details,
No.
I'll report them to the police or something like that.
Yeah. No. You absolutely said that, Irish. It was about my student.
Oh, yeah. No, that was when a minor is living with an adult. If the adult is not offering appropriate supervision, then that adult should be reported to the police. You agree with that, Joker, I assume?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
what do you?
That didn't
adult
work out as
isn't
well
like
as you
a family
hoped,
member,
John.
right? If the
Yeah, so
adult
what do
isn't
you
a
mean
family
by-
member.
That's like a crazy take, actually.
What do you mean? Wait a second. What do you mean by appropriate supervision? I take appropriate.
You just said that the sister had no supervision over the child.
I did not say there was no supervision.
You said the 16-year-old was living fully independent.
I said he had independent.
You said full independence.
Yeah, full independence is he can.
So no supervision.
17-year-olds aren't even supervised that much by
You
their
understand that independence and supervision are like in opposition to one another, right?
Yeah, but no. Okay, we're getting pedantic here about like the specific.
the point
meanings.
is that if
you're-
there
we're
was-
talking past each other about the specific meanings of what independence and what
This is,
you know, thinking means, then obviously you're going to start, you know.
but this is like what this take actually is. You have like some 17-year-old, some 16-year-old, some 17-year-old who, because of whatever reason, they can't live with their parents. They go live with a sibling.
Can I go back to John and asking John why it is he thinks he's got the
what
superpower
Irish wants to
of
do is take this
identifying
poor
predators?
person in the ghetto who like can't pay for their own housing and say, "Oh, let me report you to the police and get you in child protective services." That's the take here.
One person in the what?
Yeah, you just like throw them in child protective services instead of being with their family. It's crazy.
Maybe you shouldn't use that word.
Pretty poor
Like
phobic.
I know it's a word that a lot of people use and they don't really recognize that it's problematic, but like you shouldn't use that word.
I don't care about the virtue signaling. Are you going to engage with what I said?
Why is it virtual signaling to try to avoid a word that
I
has
don't
racial
care.
connotations?
I don't
attached to
care because I don't care. That's why.
You don't care about offending people or hurting people.
I don't care. And are you going to continue in the meta conversation, or are you going to address
and you
what I
don't care
actually
about
said?
propagating racial stereotypes that
Are you going to respond to what I said, or are you going to continue to have a meta
responding
conversation?
directly to what you said. I'm just
no.
asking
You're having
you.
a meta conversation. Look.
You have no problem perpetuating
crying about
racial
my language
stereotypes.
usage is not responding to my point.
Do I sound like I'm crying?
Yeah, it does sound like you're crying.
I asked you, do you have no problems perpetuating harmful?
Yeah, that's not a response to what I said.
I'm asking a simple question.
I don't care. That's not a response to what I said.
John,
You can just keep asking me questions and not responding to what I said. The point is, yes, you would take this 17-year-old and you would make them, you would put them in child protective services.
In what situation?
Yeah, where they can't live with their parents. They're with a sibling. Their sibling has a job. They're like some 17-year-old. They just don't have the financial means. You're ready to tear them away
Don't
from
have
their
the financial means to do what?
child protective services.
I'm sorry, are you under the impression that poor people can offer supervision to their children?
You're stupid.
Because I would argue poor families offer more supervision.
It's stipulated
for
in
their
the
families
fucking hypothetical that they
any
don't have
other
fucking means,
group.
you idiot, you moron. It's stipulated in the fucking hypothetical.
What was wrong? What was the idiotic statement I made?
Yeah, the idiotic statement that you made was building something into my fucking hypothetical that wasn't there. That's the moronic statement that you made. You imbecile.
Aren't you the one who sounds a little angry right now?
Yeah, I don't care. I am angry because you're an idiot. That's why I'm angry.
Why are you so angry?
Yeah, because I just answered that because I'm an idiot, or because you're an idiot.
Yeah,
That's
you
why
are
you're
an idiot. We agree on one thing.
Look. Are you tearing that child out of their sibling's house and putting them in child protective services? Yes or no?
If a child is in a situation where the parents are not able to offer
Yes or no?
adequate supervision, then of course
Yes or no?
involved.
Yeah. So
Then
you
of
are
course I
taking
will.
you're ripping them out of their family's care and you're putting them in child protective services just because the 17-year-old is not being fucking supervised. Like, that's insane. That's an insane view.
I'm sorry. Do you believe that children should be left in the care of negligent parents?
That's not negligent parent. They're 17. They're capable of doing most things on their own. They don't need this amount of supervision.
We're not talking about an amount or degree of supervision. John said no supervision.
Yeah, well, look, the supervision.
Do you believe a 17-year-old
That
requires
is not
supervision?
true. Wait a second.
Do you believe a 17-year-old requires supervision?
That is not true.
Minimal, if any.
Does a 17-year-old
minimal, if
require
any.
supervision?
Minimal, if any.
Wait a second. I did not ever say there was no supervision.
So then is the sister offering adequate supervision, John?
No, I just said it's not great supervision because she's.
Is it adequate supervision? Yes or no?
What do you take as adequate supervision?
You tell
Look,
me your
she's
definition,
working a
your
job.
standard.
He's alone for long periods of
Working
time.
a job is not supervision.
What I
Wait,
take is
so
adequate.
no. The point is that the caretaker is working a job.
Amdir, shut up. The
time.
men are talking. Admir, shut up.
All right. Well, I'm just going to mute you if you're going to be a dick. Well, it's not your live. I don't know why you're going to act like this. So,
I'm smarter than you.
Let me answer him. What I take is adequate
I
supervision.
mean, you're a moron. Look. You're the one in the live that has like room temperature IQ. I don't.
Here, one sec. What I take as adequate supervision, Irish, is
Convert
specifically.
Fahrenheit to Celsius, Abdir.
Wait a second. Shut up, both of you. Lord. What I take as adequate supervision just simply means that the child who is in question is going to school and they're going to school on time. That they may be able to leave as come as they please because they have their own car, but
I'm completely independent of the people that I live with and the people who I share life with, meaning my family and friends, correct?
Yeah, so if you have a job and they require you to
I'm
be there...
completely independent of my family and my friends, correct?
Okay, so you're completely independent of your family and friends. So if your wife, if you have a wife and that wife tells you, hey, I want you to be home at 7 o'clock for supper. If not, you know what? I'm just not going to bed you later. Do you have independence?
Yes, you have independence. The wife and the husband.